Why do we say I enjoy drinking coffee, but we say I want to drink coffee? We can't say I want drinking coffee or I enjoy to drink coffee. These are called gerund and infinitive, and in this lesson we're gonna talk about it in detail. Hey everyone, hope you are doing well. Welcome to this video. I'm Purya. In this lesson we're gonna talk about gerund and infinitive. At first, what is gerund? Gerund, it is verb plus ing, and it acts as a noun in our sentence. For example, eating, walking, talking, they are gerund. But we have also present participle, and you shouldn't mix these two. Present participle is like he is eating. Here, eating is our main verb. We use present continuous. It means that person is eating right now. But he continued eating. Continue here is our verb, and eating is our gerund in this sentence. And what is infinitive? Infinitive is to plus main verb. For example, to go, to talk, to walk. And we have bare infinitive. Bare infinitive is just simply our verb without to. So go, talk, like. They are bare infinitive form of our verb. And when do we use gerund and infinitive? There are lots of things that I have to tell you about these two. Gerund, we can use it as subject of our sentence, and infinitive also we can use it as subject of our sentence, or we use it to show purposes why we are doing something, and last one, we use it to give instructions of something. I'll give you example of all of it. Let's start by gerund. For example, driving slowly can be dangerous. Here, driving is our gerund and it acts as a subject of our sentence, right? Or we can say, traveling is a great way to learn about new cultures. Again, traveling is our gerund. Or playing volleyball is my favorite hobby. Gerund can be just one word like traveling, or it can be start of a noun phrase. For example, we said playing volleyball, driving fast. This is a gerund phrase. Yes, and we can use infinitive for the same purpose. As a subject of our sentence. For example, we can say to learn a new language takes time and effort. Or to forgive people is decent. If we like using as a subject, gerund is more common. In daily speaking, we always use gerund. You can use infinitive, it's not grammatically incorrect, but it sounds so poetic, like Shakespeare sentence. For example, like Shakespeare said, like to be or not to be. That's the question, right? We see that our sentence starts with infinitive. So if you try to write fancy or poetic, you can use infinitive as your subject. But as I told you, we usually use infinitive to show our purposes or give instruction. For showing purposes, let me give you also some example of it. And before continuing, don't forget to subscribe and like this video. And I also prepared the PDF of this lesson plus many more examples, and you can download it from the link in the description below. For showing purposes, we can say, I came here to study. To study is our infinitive and it shows my purpose here, right? Or I bought this book to learn about history. Or she uses this tool to cut the vegetables. We are showing our purposes. In other words, we can say it is short form of in order to. We use in order to show our purpose again. For example, I went out in order to buy milk. Or we need this software in order to analyze the data, right? In order to, we use it in writing more. In speaking language, you can just use to, the infinitive that we learned here together. And also we use infinitive to give instructions, right? So let me give you some instructions using infinitive. For example, to make a tea, boil some water and add a tea bag. Or to start a car, insert the key and turn it to the right. As we see in these examples, we use to make a tea. We are giving instruction of it, right? Or to bake a cake, follow the recipe carefully. Yeah, these are the uses of infinitive that we have talked here. But that's not the whole story. In English language, for different verbs, we use different structures. Here, we can categorize our verbs into 4 different groups, and we're gonna talk about each one by one. First group, some verbs are only used with gerund. You see some examples here, but in the PDF we have more examples of these verbs and you can study this chart in that file. For example, let's take advice. I advise you studying harder. We can't say I advise you to study harder. It's not correct. Or let's take avoid. I avoid taking risks. Not I avoid to take risks. That one is wrong. At the beginning of the lesson, I gave you example of enjoy. I enjoy watching movie. This one, we again use watching here. Taking. These are gerund form that we used after these verbs. Unfortunately, there is no formula to find out which verb is used by gerund. You have to memorize this chart, right? And the second group is some verbs can only be used after infinitives. For example, I chose to study medicine. Or I decided to, let's say he decided to come every day. Here we again use these 2 examples, but we have many more verbs as you see here that are used only after infinitive. Some verbs, we are in the third group, some verbs can be used after both gerund and infinitive, and their meaning doesn't change a lot. I can tell you, for example, I prefer to drink tea, or I prefer drinking tea. I like to play basketball. I like playing basketball. These both versions are correct and their meaning is not that different. They are kind of same. And we are come to the last group, and this one is a bit tricky. Some verbs can be used both after gerund and infinitive, but their meaning change if we use gerund or infinitive. I'll give you some examples, and I want you to pause the video and try to guess their differences. For example, first one, I stopped to wash the car, or I stopped washing the car. What is the difference between them? First one, it means I was doing something, I stopped and washed the car. I interrupt the other action, I finished it, and then I started to do something else, to wash the car. But if I say I stopped washing the car, it means I was washing the car and then I stopped doing that. It finished, or I stopped and answer my phone, for example. So they are totally different. Next one, we can talk about quit. She quit working here. She quit to work here. What's the difference? She quit working here means she was working here before. She stopped. She quit this job. And right now she doesn't work. But if I say she quit to work here, it means she was doing different job. She quit her job to come here and work with us, right? They are again totally different. Next one, I can give you example of forget. I forgot to meet him. I forgot meeting him. First one, for example, I have to meet him at 5 o'clock, but I forgot to meet him. I didn't go there. I forgot to do that. But if we say I forgot meeting him, it means I don't have memory of meeting that guy. For example, someone asks me, you know this guy, you have met him before. And I say, I forgot meeting him. I don't remember if I met him before or not, right? So they are again different. Last one that I want to tell you here is try. I tried to open the window. I tried opening the window. Try plus infinitive, it means I attempt to do something, but I couldn't. I wasn't successful. For example, when I said I tried to open the window, I really attempt to do that, but I couldn't. Like, it has one problem. But let's say the room was hot. I tried opening the window. It means I did an experiment. I tested. I tried opening the window to see maybe it would be cold. The room would be cold, right? So try plus gerund is for testing or experimenting something. For example, you say English is hard. Did you try watching Purya's video? Yeah, maybe they can help you. Why not? Yeah, that was all different verbs that I have told you here. Try to practice them because their meaning can be different. Thanks for watching this video. I hope that it was useful for you. See you in the next video. Bye.